Okay, I am at a very, very cool place. I'm going to show you around today. This is the ancient city of Philippi, where Paul came, where Lydia was converted, where he was in jail with Silas, and where he wrote the Epistle of Joy, the book of Philippians. So let's go check this out. There are lots of Roman ruins here still today. It's one of the best preserved sites in Greece. It was a huge city at the time of Paul on a main thoroughfare called the Via Egnatia. I will walk on that road here in a minute, the same road Paul walked on during his journeys. Let's look at the theater here at Philippi. Outside the theater of Philippi was a road thoroughfare which led to the agora area, or the marketplace, where all the business transaction would take place, and that is where we're headed right now. As we know, Paul came here and founded a church, and throughout the centuries, churches have been built here, one on top of the other, and here is an example of one right here. You can see pillars, you can see right here the shape of the church. One wall here, one wall here, one wall here, another wall here. Basically, this is a 5th century AD church, 5 centuries after Paul was here, but yet the church that Paul founded, of which Lydia was the first convert, this is what it grew into, to a place where they had a humongous, what they would call basilica, where Christians would worship here at Philippi, long after Paul had left. Okay, I'm here at Philippi again, and tradition has it that Paul was in jail at this particular site that I'm going to show you, but more than likely it's not the site, since it originally was a cistern. But so much for that. Anyway, when tourists come, they're shown this place, which is said to be the prison of Paul. So I am going to show you this. And you can even see, it says prison of St. Paul, and you have that. But more than likely, this isn't the prison of Paul. But so we come to another site and show them the place where it may not be the prison of Paul.
Didn't happen.
Yeah, where it probably didn't happen, but what's new? No. But it may have happened in the area which is still uncovered, which is still covered by trees over there. Perhaps in the area where the government buildings would have been. Who knows? The event did happen here. That's all that matters. Okay, at Philippi there was a humongous forum, Roman forum, where all the business transaction would be taking place. Kind of the Wall Street of this area of Macedonia. And so let me show you this. Pretty impressive. You have the ancient forum here. You have an ancient basilica which was built much later. But everything you see here is where the commerce of Philippi took place during the time of Paul. Okay, I am here in the marketplace, in the middle of the marketplace here at Philippi, as you can see. It's quite a big place, and I'll show you something that's really kind of cool. On the administrative building called the Curia, which was kind of like the main justice hall, you can see it says there, this was the lintel that was on the Curia, C-U-R, and the rest of it is gone. But it also shows on this inscription, this humongous inscription that once was on top of this building, that look, this was in the area of Macedon, what we call Macedonia, and this was the city of Philippi, the city of Philippi. There was a building in ancient times, a huge building, probably the place where they brought Paul after he got into trouble here in Philippi. Sat right there where that group is. And this lintel was on top. So could this be the place where Paul was brought before the authorities here in Philippi? Perhaps. Okay, so I'm here at the river where Lydia went with Paul to be baptized. She's the first convert on his trip that is recorded. First, I guess, convert on the European soil. Let me show you the river where they went. Now, okay, they don't know exactly where it happened. No way after 2,000 years. But let me show you something very cool. Here's the river, the only river close to Philippi. And you can see it's just a little stream, but here is what I want to show you. You see the stones. These are stones of the ancient road that Paul would have traveled on, the Via Egnatia. And this was a bridge that went over this river, and these are the foundations of that bridge. But this is the river where Lydia was baptized, and she basically became the financier of the early church. It's very cool to think about all the things that happened here in Philippi. So many significant events in the life of Paul and the early church, things that we've heard about our whole life. And here we are at the place where Paul established a church, and then he wrote a letter to them, which was his happiest letter. It's called the Epistle of Joy, the book of Philippians, written to the church that was founded right here at the streams of this river when Paul baptized Lydia. It's very cool and very, very significant.